Hello guys, Fred here from Pro Tennis Trader. I hope you're well, and I hope you've had a good couple of weeks since Wimbledon and made loads of profit with your tennis trading. I run my Platinum Traders group over the tournament, and we made some nice healthy profits over the 2-week period. Now in this video, I'm continuing my in-play analysis series, and I'm going to talk through my in-play analysis for the match between Dellien and Garrin at the Hamburg ATP. Now if you've watched my previous videos on in-play analysis, you'll see just how important it is and how the first set in-play stats are instrumental in helping us make the decision whether to trade in the second set and of course which strategy to adopt. Now this match was a slightly unusual selection for me to trade as both players were ranked in the hundreds, with Dellien at 164 and Garrin at 120, which is more due to circumstance rather than the standard of the player. Now the reason I chose to trade this match was that Garrin was a strongly priced favourite at 1.36, and so if he was to drop the first set, then probability would be very much on our side, and so I was mainly keeping an eye on it in the hope that he would drop this first set. So let's jump into the analysis of this first set. Now as you can see, Garrin did drop the first set in the tiebreak, with Dellien taking it 7-3. Both players were broken twice in the first set, but Garrin did have 4 relatively strong service holds, which obviously acts in favour here if I was to back him in the second set. The first break on Garrin's serve was pretty poor, being broken to love, but this was early on in the set. Now of course, 2 breaks on serve in the first set are not an immediate no trade signal for my trading criteria, and with 4 relatively strong holds, this was looking okay in terms of feeling confident backing him in the second set. So if we move over to the stats, now only Garrin had 1 ace with none from Dellien, but Garrin had 2 double faults versus just 1, but this is by no means a poor stat and not really of relevance here. Now Garrin hit more first serves in with 62% versus 60%, so not much difference here, but Dellien won more of these, winning 68% versus 54%, which equaled to 17 first serves out of 24 versus just 13 out of 24. So only 4 serves in it, but of course this is worthy of consideration. Second service stats were both on par, with both winning 53%, which is fair and certainly not an alarm bell. Now breakpoints saved. This is always a tell of strength of character, and with Dellien saving 2 out of 4 and Garrin not managing to save either of the 2 he had, having just 2 opportunities, this is not really significant enough to really consider here. First return points won is obviously a direct reflection of first service points won by the opponent, and this is 46% versus just 32% from Garrin. Second return points won. Now both players were on par here with 47%, but actually Garrin won more of these with 8 versus 7. Now this is why we should always be looking out for the actual numbers of the opportunities for a stat rather than just purely looking at the percentage. However, this was not overly significant here. Now breakpoints converted. Both players converted 2, but of course Garrin's percentage was knocked down to 50% as he had 4 opportunities to get these breakpoints converted. Now breakpoints converted is another real test of strength and character, as we want a player who can confidently close out a break, just like we want to see them save breakpoints against them. Now with 2 out of 4, this was not an alarm bell either, so no real problem here. Service points won and return points won are relative to the stats I've just discussed above, so this is not overly relevant in this one either, but of course total points won is always a stat I will pay attention to, and here Garrin won 46% of the first set stats, which is not a bad stat at all. Now one thing to note here, and perhaps you've seen it if you've watched my other analysis videos, is that sometimes the first set loser can actually win more of the first set points, which of course would be a very good trade signal if you were to back them in the second set. So given Garrin's stats in this set were fine, certainly not overly impressive, but no major alarm bells, and given that he was the clear favourite priced at 1.36, I was happy to back him in the second set with a hands-on drifting favourites approach. So in the second set, if we have a look how that went, it was of course a shame to get the break so early on, as it meant that with my strategy we got in at slightly poorer prices, but I capitalised on this early on by loading more money on Garrin, and as you can see, it was pretty plain sailing here to provide a nice bit of profit. Not a huge profit in this one, but certainly a nice smooth trading match, and the first set analysis, along with him being the favourite, and therefore with probability being on our side, gave me the right trading signal to go ahead with the trade. Now, of course, please let me know if you did trade this match and how it worked out for you if you did so. And of course, if you'd like to see more videos with in-play stats, drop me a comment in the comments box below and I will continue the series. Now, if you found this video useful, then please do check out my YouTube channel for loads more videos and subscribe to be notified of when I upload new videos. And if you'd like to become a successful tennis trader, then you can start your journey by enrolling on my free video course, An Introduction into Tennis Trading, at protennistrader.com. And you can also grab a free copy of my ebook, Tennis Trading, the Ultimate Guide to Getting Started. I'll see you soon.